You ever played that one game, finished it, and went like, damn, I hope there's another one that'll give me the same thrill as this one, and there isn't? Well, today I'm going to be talking about games that I think deserve a sequel and shouldn't be left in the dark. Before we get started, remember to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps to keep me motivated to make more videos. Now let's get started. We're going to start off with Sonic Riders. Sonic Riders is one of my favorite racing games of all time, especially the first one. Zero Gravity was pretty mid, but it is and probably forever will be my #1 racing game. And why I think it deserves a sequel is because this is a much better series than Team Sonic Racing. Just look at the cover. It's Sonic, but on a hoverboard. How could he get any cooler than this? Sonic Riders is a racing game that is on hoverboards that allows you to do tricks off of ramps and has different archetypes like speed, power, and flight. Now this game is great, but the problem is that the games following it are not that great. Sonic Riders Zero Gravity took out a lot of aspects that made it Sonic Riders, like the manual trick system, and replaced it with gravity, hence the name Zero Gravity. Sonic Free Riders was a cool concept and that was pretty much it. It's not the type of game I would go out of my way and get a Kinect for, because if I want to play Sonic Riders, I'd rather play it on the GameCube, where I have much more control and better gameplay. But to be honest, it will most likely never happen because the youth nowadays enjoy Sonic in a car, and who can blame them? The game looks very appealing. It's your favorite character in a Mario Kart game. Mario Super Sluggers. Mario's second baseball game being the sequel to Mario Superstar Baseball. Mario Super Sluggers is for the Nintendo Wii, which already makes it better than its previous entry because now there are motion controls, so it feels like you are actually playing baseball. I believe this needs another game, mainly because it makes sense on the Nintendo Switch with games like 1-2 Switch, ARMS, and Nintendo Switch Sports. They also made Mario Tennis Aces, and Mario Tennis already has 6 more games than Mario Baseball, which in all honesty, the last best Mario Tennis was Mario Power Tennis. Mario Super Sluggers went triple platinum at my house. We played that more than Super Mario Galaxy. And the story mode was really fun because you travel to different areas and face different teams across an island. I don't think that the series should have been left on the Wii era, because it definitely had major potential to be one of the bigger Mario spin-offs, considering that it was more engaging, had a large roster of characters, and was honestly more enjoyable overall than Mario Tennis. The next series that I think deserves a sequel is Infamous. Infamous is an amazing series about people getting abilities from a freak accident, and there has been 3 different MCs throughout its lifespan, and the last one, Infamous First Light, was released back in 2014 for the PS4. And it was the last entry of the series, and it's been 10 years with no certainty of getting a sequel, especially the fact that Sucker Punch doesn't look back after a couple of games. Infamous was a real eye-catcher. Just look at the cover of the first game, bro looks just like Sasuke. And to be honest, this is the best cover of the 4 games, honestly. The gameplay for Infamous was a fun parkour-like game with great combat and a meter to choose between good and evil paths which impact the story. A kind of rare thing nowadays in a game that has a lot of combat. To be honest, this game doesn't deserve to be left for dead. I think at least whenever a new console comes, we get a new Infamous, because I believe it fits the current agenda of PlayStation, like how the new games that they release have to be cinematic or realistic, and Infamous can fit that criteria 1000%. The next one up is a real sleeper series. Viewtiful Joe. Viewtiful Joe, a unique series from Capcom that is about a guy named Joe, who was sucked into a movie with his girlfriend and now he has to save her. This game is a strange one, mainly because beat 'em ups were a dying sport around this time, but Viewtiful Joe came in with a unique style to the traditional ones by having it as a literal movie with the comic book art style. Viewtiful Joe is a series that even the creator doesn't want to see abandoned and even hopes to be able to direct another sequel to the series. The main reason this series was abandoned was because Clover Studios went defunct in 2007 due to their series failing to live up to Capcom's expectations. There is hope considering Okami, one of the series Hideki didn't want to leave behind, got a sequel announced at the 2024 Game Awards, so there is hope for a new Viewtiful Joe. And last but not least, a personal favorite, a top 5 for me, Sonic Adventure. Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 are some of the best Sonic games of all time, and I think it's a series that has one of the most requested sequels of all time, because if you look at it, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 released in 1998 and 2001, and a game that people can arguably put over these two came out 26 years later in 2024 called Sonic X Shadow Generations. But mainly the shadow part. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are actually games I played many times, from the GameCube to the Xbox 360 to my first PC. I've played these games so many times, but actually finished them on my PC more than once. I actually enjoyed Sonic Adventure more than 2, mainly because it felt more like an adventure compared to 2. Sonic Adventure 2 was better gameplay wise, but in reality, it's not an immersive adventure without the open zones that the first one had. Getting rid of that with how Sonic Adventure 2's story was set up, I think it would have been more fitting in the second rather than the first. If another Sonic Adventure happens, it has to be a combination of both games with the open zone and the great story. But my main concern isn't if it has open zone or an amazing story, it's if the next game has a Chao Garden. The Chao Garden was in both of these games, but more immersive in 2 because there were more variations of Chaos that you can create. The Chao Garden needs inclusion in this next Sonic title, whether it's adventure or not, because this is how you get people to keep playing your game. And get this, Chao Garden with online and updates. This will get any Sonic fan in a heartbeat. Unfortunately, the Chao Garden's last appearance was in Sonic 3, and before that was Sonic Adventure 2, so I'm trying to stay positive, but man are we in the dark about this game mode. There are plenty of games that deserve a sequel more than others, and compared to my previous video, these series have uncertain futures. They may never see the light of day again, but I believe a few of these series will come back and bless us, the longtime fans, with what we've been waiting for years. That's it for today. Make sure to like the video and subscribe. It really motivates me to make more content. That's all for today, and I'll see y'all in the next one.